Hey guys, David here from Unqualified Critics, and I've got a couple interesting gadgets today. These are from an eBay seller called Geek Sales, and what they are is a dimming kit, which will basically let you plug into your Wave 1 Arcade1ups. Those are the old school original edition Arcade1ups that had really bad blacklight performance. Turns out the brightness on the panel is turned up to 100. And there's no way to dim it until now. Use one of these. Haven't gone through the instructions yet or looked into how it works, so that'll come next. But you plug one of these into the board, it co-ops the brightness settings, and you're good to go. And there are two variants. There's the basic and the deluxe. They both perform the same way. The basic sets your blacklight to a preset level, like 50%, something like that. The deluxe actually has this knob, so you can actively adjust the brightness. So if you want to set it and forget it, buy this one. If you want to be able to dynamically adjust, especially if you have, say, the Atari 12-in-1 cabinet and you want different brightness settings per game, then you want the deluxe package. They also sent me the black screw kit. So this comes with the marker to color in the screw holes themselves, which look like that. And they come with the screws that are the exact size Arcade1up uses, but they're black instead of chrome. So kind of a simple thing. Honestly, why doesn't Arcade1up just give us black screws to begin with? I really don't understand that. I can't imagine it costs anymore. I don't get it. It's goofy. Or screw cap covers. But if that bothers you, go to Geek Sales on eBay. I'll put a link below and you can buy that package. But this brightness adjuster is what I'm really excited about because, man, my Pac-Man and Galaga, they don't look great. We're gonna see if this helps. So here we have the stock Galaga performance, and you can see the light bleed along the edges of the LCD. This isn't an IPS panel. It's also designed to be horizontally mounted, but it's vertically mounted. So we're just gonna get the worst blacklight performance of any Arcade1up is gonna be this Galaga or the Pac-Man. I don't know if there were any other Wave 1 vertical cabs. I don't think there were. I think those are the only two. But anything vertical in Wave 1 is going to be the worst. And this kit is supposed to help, so let's see if it does. So I did this installation off camera. It was an enormous pain in the neck. And not because there's anything wrong with this product. The product works perfectly. The problem is Arcade1up didn't intend for any of us to take apart the monitor backing case and get into the monitor itself and do anything. And for normal circumstances, there'd be no reason to get back there. The only reason you have to get back there now is because that's where the LCD backlight controller board is located. There's no way that's user accessible to get to it. So you have to pull or pry the back casing off of the monitor and get in there and then remove the LCD controller board, or at least disconnect it and plug in the new backlight controller board. Now, the new backlight controller board works perfectly. It looks just like the original. I think it's the same part. It just has a hardware adjustable dial that you can turn to hardware adjust the backlight, which is what you need because the backlight is turned up too high. And again, that was a production oversight when they put these together. So here was the challenge. The metal casing is connected to the monitor with 4 screws, 2 on each side. What you're seeing here are 2 screws at the top, and then there are 2 contact points below. Those screws and the threading they screw into just aren't made very well. My screws would spin freely, and not because the screws themselves, the screw heads were stripped, but because the threading inside the monitor was stripped, so I could just screw them. But I also couldn't get in and pry them out easily because they're so small and they're so tightly against the monitor, I couldn't get anything in there. So what I ended up doing was actually just jamming some needle nose pliers into the casing and pulling it up until it popped out of the screws. So I tore the whole thing to hell. It was a huge hassle. It took a long time. Believe it or not, when you put all of this back together, you can't really tell any of this damage was done, but it was a pain in the neck. So if you do buy this product, I hope for your sake it's an easier install. From what I understand and from what the seller tells me, and I've heard from some other people, it's not always this hard. A lot of times those screws actually work. You unscrew them, you pull them out. Now I will say that the wiring into the LCD backlight controller board was glued down. When Arcade1up made these Wave 1 and Wave 2 cabinets, they really just dumped glue on everything to make sure it was secure, which is helpful unless you ever want to go in and do anything yourself. So even that was a hassle, trying to chisel off some of that excess glue and peel everything off. But basically, once I got the metal casing out, it was pretty straightforward. Here I'm adjusting the brightness all the way down to all the way up, and I have it in a fully lit environment. It's up to you if you want to optimize your backlighting for a brighter or darker room. But remember, if you're interested in dynamically adjusting this regularly, then there's an upgraded kit that you can buy for a few extra dollars that has a rotary knob that you can mount outside the cabinet, and then you can adjust it, which does make sense because there's no one optimal brightness setting. It really depends on your ambient lighting. But here you're just seeing black, which is 0 to 100, which is as bright as it comes stock. Point is, you can dial it in for anything in between. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And if you are interested in hearing more from us, make sure to subscribe. That will help keep things neat and organized for you so that we show up on your recommended playlist when we have a new video, so you're up to date on everything from Unqualified Critics, where we cover everything home arcade gaming. If you're interested in picking up one of these brightness adjustment kits, I will put a link below. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you guys later.
Dripping lights paint the sky.